Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Current Yaps to a Camera and Pretend People are listening. Now, today we're talking about something very close to my heart, which is working for free. I'm gonna write that here. Work for free. You know, you might have heard of work from home, but we're not talking about that today. We're talking about work for free. Now, let me begin with a little story. The great Warren Buffett, investor fanatic, and Oracle of Omaha once asked the godfather of investing, Benjamin Graham, if he could work for him for free in his New York office, to which Benjamin Graham answered, "No, free is too expensive." Now, a lot of you might be scratching your heads, I was as well. Why is free too expensive? It's because you get all of the skills that are necessary for whatever you want without actually having to pay for it. You see, it would be a worthwhile endeavor if Warren Buffett actually paid to get these skills that Benjamin Graham was teaching and he could pick up on the job while he was doing his on-the-job training. However, he couldn't, because he couldn't afford that. And so he asked to work for free, thinking that it would be a helpful thing to Benjamin Graham, but it's actually an uneven relationship. You are getting more than the people from whom you're working for, right? They get your labor, but you get an infinite array of skills and knowledge that you could take with you into the future. It's actually crazy if you think about it. You are a young person and you get to go out and talk to people who are in a very high position in their field. And if you're able to absorb their knowledge, you get to pull your life forward, if that makes sense, right? So like, if you got tutorage from Messi and you're a footballer, you'd be able to expand your skills much quicker than you would be able to otherwise, right? So what's my point here? My point here is that Buffett was a smart Donny, right? What Buffett was trying to do was he was trying to accumulate the skills very quickly while he was young, and so he'd have the skills to rely on forever. And if all it cost him was his time, so be it. Our generation, everyone's in a rush to get paid. Everyone's in a rush to be busy and, you know, make a lot of money very quickly. But if you're able to take that in and sit on that feeling for a while, then you can work for free as long as possible. And at the end of the day, if you can accumulate all those skills very quickly in a couple of years while you're young, they will serve you for the rest of your life. And it's going to be an incredible rise when it actually comes to using those skills and manifesting those skills, instead of the opposite, which is learn nothing, try and find a job that will teach you a tiny bit, but make sure it's paid, you know, and at the end of it, you know, a tiny fraction of something, as opposed to doing a true apprenticeship or a true unpaid internship where you learn the ins and outs very rapidly because you're doing work, you're not getting paid for it, so it's not like a slave master relationship. And at the end of it, you leave with all the skills, no money, but you can go and do whatever you want with those skills. And the second point is, it's a gojiduf, which basically means to get out of jail free. So in my life, if I've ever encountered any kind of struggle, any kind of financial reckoning, I've always gone to free work, because I know that's my get out of jail free card. Because I do free work, I do excellent at it, because I'm putting in the work. You know, I'm working really hard, I'm making people happy, you end up getting paid. And so if you're in any situation where you want to inevitably get paid decently soon, I would argue, do this free work, and it will serve you, because they will be impressed with your work and then be shelling out money to you. And so that's what I've done. Anytime that I've got into a oopsie, I've gone and I've worked free, because I know that eventually the money will come. And more so even for me, it's experimenting. When you work for free, you get to experiment within another person's institution. You get to experiment within another person's domain that's already set up. And therefore, if it works, great. If not, then they're not mad because they didn't pay you. And, you know, you just got another experiment. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, right? You are doing as much, what would you say, chaotic work in order to figure out what sticks and what doesn't stick. And so, that being said, working for free is really one of the keys to the universe, and we should do it as much as we can while we're young, when we start any endeavor, to learn as quick as possible without any objection of you being in a person's institution.